Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to be doing a video called What You See Is Not What You Get. Before you get into this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my channel when you're finished with this video, because you may be interested in more videos that I do. So anyway, when I say that what you see is not what you get, I'm basically turning that phrase around. The phrase that goes like, what you see is what you get. Because I find that a lot of times in life situations or dealing with the Most High or stories in the Bible basically says otherwise. What you see is not what you get. A lot of people think that, well, a lot of people coming into this truth, or people who call themselves Hebrew Israelites or things of that nature, they think that dressing according to scriptural preferences make them righteous, when that's just a part of their appearance. It doesn't make anyone righteous. It's with their heart. What's in their heart, in their mind, is what makes them righteous. What they do for Yah and for his people is what makes them righteous. You can see someone who appears to be that way, appears to be a virtuous woman, but is not. A lot of us still have a lot to do before we are fully that definition of virtuous. So with that being said, what you see is not what you get. If you see someone who appears to be modest and virtuous, that doesn't mean they are. They could be the worst person possibly made to be for you. So you can't assume that a person who's modest is automatically for you, or a person who's modest is automatically righteous as well. When going about life, it's very important that you really try your best to observe people, because if you don't, you'll find yourself meeting bad people and having people run over you and do things to you that you would normally not let them do, but you kind of allowed them in because you assumed, based off of what you saw physically, or based off of what you thought you perceived, you assumed that this person was okay, but they weren't. And that's how most times we get hurt by people. We think a certain way, but we don't really see what there is to be seen. We don't see the unseen. A lot of times Yah wants us to try to see beyond what's put in front of us. He wants us to see the unseen. He wants us to see what most people can't see. He wants his people to be able to have eyes like his own, to be able to see into the hearts of people. And with his set apart ruach, that is possible, I'm sure. But for people who can only see so much, they can only see the physical, basic, surface level things, they'll miss out on a lot of spiritual blessings, as well as not see a lot of spiritual struggles and bad things coming their way. Yah wants you to perceive it. If you can really start to feel and perceive things about people and situations and things, situations before you go into them, and people before you actually get to see their demons, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. People have ways about them. Yes, everyone has sin, but we can all see that about a person. But can you perceive whether or not they're repentant? Because if you let a person who was once a stealer come around, but you don't know that, you just assume that, yeah, this person might have a past, but it's their past now. They seem like a decent person. And then you let them around you, and they have a past indeed, but they're not repentant of their past. They'll most likely dig up some of the habits of their past if they're tempted around you. And if you have something that they really strongly desire, and they have stealing in their past, it's going to come out eventually. But once it comes out, it's going to be too late for you to do anything about it, because the damage is already done. So the point is, try to perceive that while everyone has sin in their life, everyone is not repentant of their sin. And you need to be able to perceive that about people, or else you'll find yourself in a lot of situations with people misusing you and, you know, doing bad things to you. And you won't be able to really learn from the mistake of letting people around you if you continue to assume that, well, we all have sin. If you continue to assume that everyone is with sin, but everyone is repentant. Everyone is not repentant of their sin. So you can find yourself in a very messed up situation if you're not mindful. While you can perceive a person and get basic knowledge about how they are, how they think and do things around you, can you really, at the end of the day, perceive their heart? Because someone can clearly have a problem, right? And they could tell you about that problem, right? But if you cannot perceive that they really, truly let go of that problem, then even though you think, well, they confessed it to me, they were open and they told me about this and they told me that it's in their past now. But if they tell you that, you still have to be able to have the eyes to see into their heart and to see if they're sincere. Because a person can say whatever they want, but that doesn't make it true. And if you have eyes to see, you could possibly see traces of the same problem still lingering around in their heart. And if that's the case, either you should tell them or you should back off a little bit until they figured it out, because you don't want to end up mixed up in someone else's problems. It's just not a fun place to be. No matter how much you dress yourself and try to cover up the shame of your heart, that won't do anything to cover it from Yah's eyes. Everything about you is visible to the Most High. So no matter how modest you try to dress after being someone who was not so modest in the past, if you still have those ways in your heart, it doesn't matter if you cover your entire body, including your face. Yah could still see that you are still a certain way in your heart. So based off of that, dressing modestly is indeed important, but it's not something that should take your focus away from really trying to be right in Yah's eyes. And if you see someone who dresses the part completely, that doesn't make them right in Yah's eyes, and you still have to be careful. You can make yourself outwardly appear to be righteous in a certain way, but that won't matter if your heart isn't that certain way as well. So it's very important, while striving to dress modestly, to strive to be righteous in your heart as well, because you don't want to be a deceiver of people and have people thinking you're a certain way when you know good and well you still have bad ways in your heart. And the same goes for others around you. Don't just accept a person because they seem to be right outwardly. You have to be sure for your own heart's sake. Yah wants you to be vigilant. He doesn't want you to just let everything pass. Even though you want him to forgive you for your sins and sometimes look past your past sins so that you can still move forward in him, you want him to do that for you, but you are not Yah. You cannot do that for people. The most you can do, if you have someone you care for, the most you could do is say, well, I pray that Yah helped you. But you cannot have a person around you claiming that, well, I forgive them and they seem to be coming out of their ways and blah, 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 blah. It's still not safe. While you expect Yah to forgive you and look past your past sins and things of that nature, you can't afford to do that with other people. If you're around a liar, they might, and they're not fully repentant of their ways, but you love that person, you have to risk getting lied on, or you have to risk getting lies told to you. Even if they're trying to come out of their way, sometimes they're still tempted, and the situation might beg them to lie. But it's at your own hands if you allow that to happen to you. Now, while you can be mad at the person, if you knew that they had those ways in their heart, you should have took action and backed off a little. We all have to realize that the devil comes dressed up He comes looking like an angel of light. He comes to deceive people. So it's the same with the cares of this world and plenty of people that are around you. They come looking like the most modest, righteous person. They look that way. But if you have eyes to see, you'll perceive what's really in their heart, and you won't let them deceive you. That's very important. As Yah's people, we need to not be deceived, and if we are, that's on us. So with that being said, I hope this video was helpful. This was more so like a quick helpful tip video, although it can be a modest fashion video. So I guess I'll go in and show you all a quick look at my whole hairstyle and outfit. You all have seen the shawl in one of my previous modest fashion videos. I just really love it, especially with this scarf. At first, I didn't plan on doing a video with this outfit because I had already did a video with the shawl. But I just wanted to show you all this hairstyle. It's just a simple bun on top of my head. And I took the scarf and wrapped it from the back like this and tied it in front of me. And then I took the remaining scarf that was in front and wrapped it like this to where you can see part of it, and it's almost like encasing my bun in like a crown or something. So yeah, this is just a quick and easy hairstyle. It might not look like it's quick and easy, but perhaps in another video I'll show you all exactly step by step how to make it. And then of course I'm wearing my favorite clip-on earrings, and I have on a red dress. This is just a simple red dress. Yep, there's nothing really special going on in the bottom. It's just, it goes down past my knees almost to my ankles. And at first, originally, I had the shawl on because this dress doesn't have any sleeves. It's just this thing that ties in the back. And so I had the shawl on, but when I went outside, it was a little bit chilly. So I had decided to put this on because it keeps me warm and it still looks nice at the same time. It actually looks quite stylish to have the sleeves coming out and the shawl is still on and it's all red. So yeah, on a chilly day, quick ideas like that is always helpful, and it's good to stay modest at the same time. So yeah. With that being said, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that being said, let me know what you all think of this style that I have in the comment section below. And also let me know if this information in the video was helpful. So anyway, check out my description box where there's more links to videos and different information about this video. Also check out my community. I'm going to start posting over there. I have a lot of photography from the spring because it's been a wonderful, beautiful spring. So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like. Thanks for watching.